Yep, it is. Believe it. All right, we got the red lights on today. We got the red lights on today. Yo, RJ, you're more than welcome to share anything on the podcast, man. If you have any, any work you want to share, you know how you do it live, man. It's so deep. So yeah, bro.
For
If you,
sure.
yeah, man. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. October 19th. It's almost 5 o'clock. The sun is still out. The sun is still out, and it feels nice outside. Your boy about to go do some street performing. He's trying to think where though. He's trying to think where though. Man, just want to put my feet up right now. I got to show this. I got to show this Saturday in
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in Golden, Colorado. I'm emceeing, and there's gonna be about 5, 6 artists. I'm emceeing at in Golden. It's gonna be super dope. You're more than welcome to
Awesome.
come. Yeah, I'll send you the flyer, guys. October 19th. It's free. It's free. Pull up. October 19th. Ariel's Entertainment Podcast. We live. Yeah. Welcome, best friends. Welcome, best friends. Welcome, best friends all around the world. It's your boy Rico Suave, Latino Heat, the most electrifying podcaster in the world. Yo, we're getting down straight into it. Ariel's Entertainment Podcast. Yeah, arielent.com. It is October 19th. Man,
Yeah.
man. We have an awesome guest today, and he's on the other side right over here. He is a great friend of mine. I met him maybe, let's see here, at the beginning of this year. My goodness. Shout out to our boy Ryan who sets up things like that. And yeah, that's the homeboy who introduced me to you. And here we go, guys. He is when I introduced me, he's the one that was setting up these events called Our New Earth music events every first weekend of the month. And I think I've been to maybe 4 or 5, and I've been so grateful to be part of these events and meeting so much
Yeah.
cool people and straight up dope vibes. Everybody's there to have a great time. Artists, pop-up tables everywhere. So yo, RJ, thank you so much for that, man. He's a poet, event planner, promoter, on and on. He's a dad, and he's a humanitarian. He's for the people. Let's give a round of applause for our boy RJ. Yeah, aka
What's happening?
Malachi. Woo!
What's happening?
Yeah, man, that's what it is. How's Colorado?
Oh, I love it. It's hometown.
Shit,
Hometown.
here we go. Hometown, and shout out to your. I met your mom at the last event. Shout,
Yeah.
shout out to your mom pulling up. That was dope.
She always supporting. She been supporting through all my transitions.
Straight up transitions. There we go. We're gonna be talking about that. How did we get through our transitions? Because we're always progressing. We're never staying stagnant. We're always learning, and we're always adapting, and we're always encouraging. So as long as we all do that, man, we'll be on the straight path right now. I believe that. Yo, RJ,
Most definitely.
yeah, man, RJ, tell me real quick, man. Uh, what else have you been up to since the Our New Earth? Shout out to Our New Earth and everybody part of that, man. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, our new earth, as in the essence, it is a event in a sense, but it's a lot more than just an event.
Yeah.
Our new earth we created in the essence of something. So even within the music, so like I've done music myself for I'm 42 years old. Look, I'm showing my age,
Man.
but I started when I was 15 in high school.
Yeah.
So started out rapping. Like I said, my mom was supporting, family supported that for a long time. But as I was performing and stuff like that, it was just it's a lot of dynamic behind it, a lot of business, a lot of, all the things that come behind the music scene of just even in the hip hop music scene locally.
Mhm.
And just me, and I always say myself as a person that you could either be a person on the picket line or you could either be the person. So for me, it was me creating that. Um, I just stopped limiting myself and was just wanted to provide that for other people because it was so much in a sense of kind of like a sense where there was a lot of times I went to shows and the
Yeah.
event had so many artists and performers where it wasn't necessarily an open mic or anything of that
Yeah.
narrative. It was supposed to be structured, organized, to where a lot of people would never even get to perform a lot of times because even the artists that would get up there would showboat and be, egotistical and just taking up more time because the promoters really wouldn't say nothing to them, like stop them or nothing really like that. So
Oh yeah.
a lot of times the artists wouldn't be able to perform, and then um, a lot of the promoters themselves within the local scene
Yeah.
is, show a lot of favoritism
Uh-huh.
where there's a lot of talent out
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
So as in a sense within our new Earth House, so DJ. So I also wanted to bring that in a sense of getting all these artists who just, who really be overlooked, who really have this talent and just really want their chance, want their shot, and don't have to have any dynamic behind it or any restriction or, try to even make it as much time as you got to like express yourself, to express your music. So, that was the whole thing behind it, just creating what I wanted as an artist.
Wow. Man, I like that how you said regarding how you started from 15 years old, rapping, family supporting you, and here we are today. So that's really cool, man. We're still doing it. And I wanted to go do a quick shout out real quick before we get your Instagram. A great way to support the podcast is arielent.com. We got a promo. We got to do the quick promo. Arielent.com,
Yeah.
where you book the podcast, merchandise, music, my salsa. Arielent.com. Thank you guys so much. Boom. And another great way to support the podcast is to go to my YouTube channel. Here we go. Boom. Search engine, Ariel's Entertainment Podcast, arielent.com. Hit the subscribe button. This is where you can watch this amazing episode and share it with all your friends and family. All right. 5-star review on Apple and Spotify. Donation links are down below. Boom. All right. Now, before we get
Them links.
now, before we get now, when we get it, we're gonna cook them with gas. Before that, I got the prayer. Here we go. I want to say thank you, God, our guardian dear, to whom God love commits us here, ever this day and night be at our side, to light and guard, to rule and guide. I want to say thank you, God, for having our boy here, RJ, on the show. To the millions and millions of people tuning into the episode and all the beautiful gifts you give us. Praise God, glory to God. Amen. All right, let's bring our guest back in again, RJ, man, real quick. Can you tell us quick brief to everybody tuning in right now, just a quick brief, man, what you do and how we can support you, please?
I do a lot of things. Support to me is any way, form, or fashion. If you behind anything I do. So my Instagram handle is the journey, and that is with nines as the E's and a dot between the and journey. And you can follow me. That's the support of just what I do. Our new earth. That's just in a sense of finding the knowledge of self and really just truly finding that grace within and the love, the unconditional love for yourself. Because when you find that, and I'm still stepping into it because that's the journey,
Mhm.
is that you find that love within yourself to give grace to everybody. So I have to be what I want. So that's all I do. That's what I do in the essence of a humanitarian is I be the light that I want when I walk out the door.
Oh my gosh, you're making my head hurt too much right now because this is so amazing. Let me get this straight. You're telling me that if you love yourself to the fullest, you'll be able to love other people unconditionally.
unconditionally. I love everybody. I love people that, I don't think, in that sense of word hate is just some people don't have the background or was raised the same or anything of those dynamics to have those what we call uncomfortable conversations just to, in a collective pretty much just get to know each other. So, I understand that some people may not understand me. I better like I like to use that as a better word than hate because I don't think nobody really truly hates anything because if they do, then that's something when they got to work on within themselves and look in the mirror because everything is a reflection. So when you just truly love yourself, and that's what it is for me, is it just got to where it's just love.
Word.
So you hate me, I love you. If you don't like what I say, I love you. You don't like anything about me, I still love you. It's just still love. And that's what I got to be because it's just me learning within for myself, just truly walking within that, within life, within family, within my children as a dad. It's just being what I always wanted for myself first.
Yeah, man. And so you're saying your cup has to be that you got to fill your cup first before you fill others.
Yeah, because we ain't perfect, but I also know that the people around me that, and it's weird because within family and sometimes in a dynamic, it can be where it seems conditional, where people can love you for what you do, but when you're not doing something for them, you don't feel that same love. But it's still me just having to still do what feels good to me, regardless what the opposite what I get on the opposite end. Because at the end of the day, the way I move, I know it's gonna come back. Maybe not from them at that time, but eventually.
Yeah, dude. And so let's get into that's a great perfect segue because our new Earth. Did you was it? Are you the founder of that?
Yeah, me and my best friend, Ra, we are the founders together of that. From family, like my mom is there, and I just be honest. I don't, in that sense, like within that as well. I don't hold my tongue as a person that was kind of silent growing up. And everybody has their story. Everybody has had, what we call childhood trauma and all these different things. But as I went through therapy myself, just to become a better man for myself, a better human being, as I like to say, because, you know, as in within that story, I feel like regardless of what we are, man, woman, that construct within, we all still the same. It's just, from family things, it might be a dynamic of how we're supposed to be, if you identify as such. So growing up, it was really tough, and identifying as a man in that sense because you have people who want you to be a way besides the way you want to be for yourself. So I had to learn to be that for myself so I could teach my children a different dynamic than what I grew up in.
Yeah, that's a good. That's good, dude. You gotta look out for our children, like you said. I look out for my niece and nephew as much as I can. Especially now these days, man. You gotta be like, yo, man, don't get confused out there. They're throwing a lot of stuff at you guys, so don't get confused. You know how we do. And
Yeah,
so,
so we created our new earth as an as a start as an event because the event in itself, um, we wanted to provide a place for everybody, all inclusive,
yeah,
family, children, everybody to just come and vibe,
yeah,
and love on one each other. We ain't gotta. just to take that time out your day. Like, everybody got their realities, work, jobs, whatever they consider as their stresses, these feelings that people identify with. So it was to create that space, just that moment for people to let go of all that.
Wow, it's a space where you can let go of all that. And that is so true because when I go there, that's all I'm thinking about is kicking it, relaxing, watching the performers. The last time I was there, I was in a rush because I had to go to another gig. They told me I was supposed to play at like 11:20 p.m. And
Yeah,
dude, I didn't get on stage to another hour later. Oh, I was like so tired, bro. I didn't get to bed till 1:30 that day, dude. So
yeah. That's
yeah,
that good busy. That's
yeah.
that good busy
Oh
though.
yeah. It was hustling all day, but yeah. Shout out to our new Earth and all the people part of it, dude. All the amazing refreshments and food, people cooking it up.
Yeah,
Jeez.
most definitely shout out to all the vendors that
Yeah,
came through and supported.
yeah,
A lot of work behind the scenes.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Especially when you have to set up.
Yeah.
One time, I don't know
And
who, somebody set up their table and their tent and all that stuff. It's like, wow, that's a lot of work.
yeah, and that's why I say that's a good busy. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's what kind of people get uncomfortable with, but that's what keep me going. Because in that sense of like when we
Yep,
was discussing as far as what I am,
yep,
and that sense of even within the event, I'll from the first event, the last couple events I didn't, but the very first event
yeah,
I DJ'd,
yep,
I vended,
yeah.
and I performed. See what I'm saying?
Yep, yep, yep. Dude,
So y'all can also follow me because I have a vending business as well called Everything Culture on Instagram.
being
Everything
culture.
Culture, all one
Man,
word
I gotta use
underscore.
that.
Yeah,
Oh man, okay, there you go, guys. I'll get the links and set them under here when I put out the show. But I only got this one right now.
yeah.
Next time I'll be.
That's the journey. That's the journey. I'm just on that page. That's the support. If you want to pretty much try to, they ain't even try. I don't believe in that word try. I just in that same essence, try to use words that people identify with as I don't in certain essences. So, in that page is a journey, that journey to self love, that journey to unconditional love for yourself. Because when you do unconditionally love yourself, regardless of, like I said, what the opposite end might be, you just have that grace because we don't know what people went through or through
Yep,
their lives and
yep,
they stories. And for me, it's just being that. I learned emotional intelligence at a young age. I started reading a lot of books. So, and like I said, for me, what I want, like when I get up in the morning, I go to work, you know, I want somebody to say good morning or whatever that is for me. So I'll be that first. So in that same sense, when I be it, it gets reciprocated.
yeah,
I've been told even just in the workforce so much, like it's been hard a lot of times, just honestly, and it was not being held for real, but just being that light within the workplace too, and people when I want to like change positions or advance, they are kind of like not want to let me go because of the energy just I bring around, and that's just for me, it's just truly that because we consider that dysfunctional family thing. And for me, in that sense of a dysfunctional family, because we all have family and we all, through the holidays and everything, at times have those times with your family where you get those gatherings and everybody's together. But I'm just being honest, where I've been in my own family and we get in these gatherings, we hang out, I hang out with my cousins and then certain cousins will leave a room or certain aunties or uncles or whatever the case may be. And it just a be gossip. So on that page, the journey, I've even shared a book called Oneness, and that's the thing is like when you born, you born free because you don't know nothing. You learn everything from the people that's around you, the words, how to pick up everything. So in that sense, I have to had to learn that because it was so tough because your children be your hardest reflection because they'll still hold on to certain parts of you that you even let go or even still have to work on yourself because you raised them. They are a reflection of you most definitely. So even with me with my daughter, I just started seeing a lot of and um we have a blended family. So my daughter in a sense is about to be 17 and that's what it was. I was just seeing a lot of me and we was bumping heads
Hmm.
and I wanted to be a better dad as well. But also, I also seen me being the parts of my parents that when I was a child that I just truly disliked.
Hmm.
But it was in that sense of what we feel like. Sometimes I hear it a lot, like um, I turned out okay. You know what I mean? But like my best friend's little brother killed himself, and when it happened for me, that was the first time something like that happened to somebody that close. So even within my own trauma of understanding it so much, because at that same time I was still there within my own thoughts in my own head. You know, we a lot of times walk around in society and put on this mask and think we have to be a certain way for people. Where I just had to learn to be authentically myself 100%. And it's, it's truly been life changing because I have been quiet for a long time because, when you feel voiceless in a sense, it starts somewhere and it always starts in the household. So, it's not nothing against my mom or anything, but you have these constructs of like, for me, just being honest, and she knows this, I would say it right in front of her. But younger, being in the grocery store, don't ask me for nothing, don't touch nothing. I've gotten popped for like asking for stuff
Hmm.
versus, happen to be that difference to my daughter, like, and
Yeah.
not like you can ask for something,
Word.
what you want, get what you want. You know what I mean? So it's just doing that whole difference. It's been a walk because you sometimes are retract or, want to reciprocate a person's anger. But I learned when you reciprocate, it only backfires on you because a lot of times being right ain't always right because you don't know what somebody's going through.
Being right ain't always right, and then as well, you got here always starts in the household, and then um, be authentic yourself.
Yeah. So that's what you know, is
Whew.
bringing it outdoors. But, our new earth started in the household. That's the foundation that we've created. And that's what we want to bring to the world. So, it's just me starting to really freely be myself and, not feel like, pay attention to the things that pretty much just keep us bounded and not truly understand our own power within. So like I said, with certain things, it just was me creating that and us creating that, and where it don't matter color, what you identify as, any of that, all inclusive. Everybody come hang out and vibe. So even within that now is just um going further because that was that year. Can't do the same thing next year. So our new earth is getting bigger. Our new earth is in its whole essence and empowerment and will be an empowerment center for people to come do that same thing on a daily basis.
Do we have any update of the next new building or the next one, the next our new Earth when it will be 2024? Do we know where it's going to be at? That's what everybody.
Uh, we still working on that because as in the essence, and we appreciate shared ground. Shout out to shared ground,
Yep.
but shared ground was its own space where our new Earth is its own entity, and our new Earth um, will be, initially still going, but the destination at this point of where the events will start to be at, there will be more in centralized locations. So that's what we're working on right now is getting them in centralized locations and, where more just people's foot traffic is at, just in general, just not, just passing through, where you can be right there in their face instead of, doing a lot of promotion. There's a lot of it is word of mouth, but you in an area where it's a lot of, traffic during the weekend or whatever, whatnot, people pass by and see it'll generate something bigger.
Dude, I like that. I can't wait till we get some more updates about that in the future. We got 8 more minutes, 8 more minutes. I got a couple more questions here, bro. And
Yeah.
one of my questions I want to ask you in the beginning was, can you please let us know what you are focusing right now, RJ? I know our New Earth event's probably ended for the year right now. I'm not sure, but you said you're working on that. Are you working? What else do you? What are you working on? Yeah.
The our new Earth ain't ended for the year. We just working on the next location, the next move for it. Like I said, it can't be stagnant in one spot
Yeah.
in a sense of just, of one thing where that's the whole purpose of it. And the dynamic is, for something to grow. And that's where we want to take it is to where it's not just one first Saturday or, a Saturday or one day out of the month. Is every day. So we working on in a sense of getting a building or a space in a sense itself, ourselves to provide that. We are working on different workshops and things of that nature around music. If anybody want to learn music, I know a lot about music. So I've been taking, it in the sense of like, an A&R direct directive in the sense of that same thing about saying with the music. So we looking for artists to work with, I know a lot about behind the business. So whatever you want to do, wherever your direction is going as far as that, is just being behind people's dreams and not, having that construct because, like I said, it's nothing to be up on my parents or anything about, but it's usually the first person that when you mention your dreams growing up is your parents. And a lot of times, my first dream, like, what do you want to be? I want to be a rapper. Like, oh, that's not reality.
Yeah.
You need to get a job. And that's where your dreams get shot down at. And that
Especially when you're
isn't
young.
what our new earth is creating that for everybody. Like we want to support your dream, whatever that is, because, you know, I want my dream supported. We want your voice heard as we want ours heard too.
I got it right here. A&R directive. Be behind people's dreams. I like what you said right there. Be behind people's dreams. I like that, dude. And here's
Because
another.
that's that unconditional love.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's support right there from day one, right there, dude. Next question I got right here. What have you learned?
I learned a lot.
Oh, I bet. What have you learned from your um from your Our New Earth, from being a poet, from being, out and being there out for the people. Uh, since you took this all serious, man, from you being an event planner to a poet, what's the biggest lesson you learned in this journey?
And I can elaborate it on if you want me to, but in the simplest answer, I learned to let go
Oh
of
shit.
everything so I can allow myself to be the person that I truly want to be.
Word. When I go street perform, when I don't care, when I'm street performing and I'm out of my feelings and not thinking too much about it, that's when I do the best. But when I get there and I'm like, okay, does my vocal sound good? How's my guitar sound? Am I looking okay out here? That's when I'm like I'm not, that's whatever. But then when I get that all out of my head and I don't care and I'm just having a great time, that's what you said. That's when I'm at my element right there. Cool, man. That's
Exactly,
when I
because
let go.
we are our own worst enemies
Yep,
in
yep,
those
yep,
moments because
yep,
we be
yep.
in our head.
Yeah, that's the enemy working right there, bro.
Yeah.
That enemy ain't gonna work today. All right, here we
Mm.
go, dude. We got one more question, and then I'll let the floor be yours in these last couple minutes. What's the biggest lesson? Not the lesson. What is someone going through a tough time right now? What advice would you give them?
I would tell them in a easiest understanding way to say to a person because you know everybody's in their own journey, and that's where my unconditional love is because a lot of times people I've been there, you get in a place where you feel alone and you have people who truly love you around you that will be expressing that, but you'll even be pushing them away, which we call that self-sabotage. So for me, it's just it had to, it's just literally changing all that. And so as I was even saying, as far as with my best friend's brother, because, I would feel what people feel that part is kind of being at that lowest point. And for me, that truly wasn't even mine because
Hmm.
I've gotten there and I couldn't even do it.
Hmm.
So when it happens to him, that it opened up a light like that's my ancestor because a part of me died with him that taught me how to live. So a lot of people have their own opinions, when things like that happen, but it was bigger for me. I felt he was very brave. And within even just knowing him and his character, he most definitely walked a walk himself within his his time on this what we call Earth,
Hmm.
and it made me appreciate things in that essence of like I said it pretty much made me change all of those things, where just holding myself accountable, and that's what I would say
Wow.
is just hold yourself accountable for the things that you know that you've done to yourself. Don't be on your head. Don't listen to what people tell you about yourself.
Hmm.
Listen to what you're saying to yourself. If you don't like what you're saying to yourself, step away from everybody for a second and find all of those things that you love to do that makes you happy no matter what
Hmm.
anybody say, because there's times where you have people that are try to tell you what to do besides what you want to do.
Mm.
Find those things and love yourself, because once you start doing those things, you'll find that love. And when you find that love, it'll just start coming more and more and more.
Hmm.
And don't stay in the house. Get outside. Go find a place, a space outside where you can be secluded
Mm.
and listen to the earth, because it'll tell you exactly what you need.
Dang, yo, RJ, you kidding me? Whoo, guys, he just killed it, and all that podcast. Do get outside, get fresh air. Let's see here. Um, oh man, don't
You want
listen
to
to what
stay
people.
grounded.
Yeah, don't listen to what other people say about you. Self love all the way right now, and hold yourself accountable. That's what I like, man. And do things that make you happy. All right. Yes, RJ, thank you so much, man. Our New Earth, ArielENT.com, Ariel's Entertainment Podcast. Bro, I'll
Most
let you know
definitely
when this comes out.
appreciate you, Ariel.
Bro, you killed this. I can't believe it. I'm going to have to watch this over and over.